the Justkaffy podcast, and this is exciting for me because we are venturing into a new season, and this season is so personal. It's so, I'm so excited about venturing on this journey because it comes from a place where I really want to share something that I feel will be valuable to humanity, and that's my journey from being divorced but not defeated. And when we talk about divorce, I'm not just talking about the one from the marital one, but I'm talking about divorcing yourself from a lot of limiting beliefs, from things that limit you from being, and that is what I am an advocate of. Okay, and I just want to use this opportunity to first of all run you through what this entire season is going to be about, and I've created a workflow so you'll be learning a lot of Kaffy's mistakes. Yes, what are the mistakes I made during my marriage, in my relationship, or relationships that have reared an ugly head and created terrible results. I don't want you guys to make the same one, and I believe that with the voice and platform I have, I'll be able to help a lot of young people out there, married or single, even aspiring, just to ensure, even divorced, just to ensure that we keep on living. Because guess what? God wants to use every one of us, no matter the state. In fact, the more broken we are, the more He wants to be prideful in using you. There is no broken human in front of God. Everyone that seeks His face will always find it. Now, which is the reason why I am very, very taken aback about how judgmental people can be. Yes, the Bible, the good book says, it said that the heart of man is desperately wicked. So we cannot take away different kinds of mindset that decides to believe things in their own way. Some of them are so broken that they have come to accept their toxicity. So fortunately, if my message doesn't cut through you, that's very fine. I know who I am sent to. I'm sent to somebody and not everybody. So we'll be looking at my mistakes. Another thing we'll be looking at are Kaffy's before I do tips. Yes, I want to share with you tips that I think can be helpful. These are from things that I did wrong and some things that I actually did right. So not everything in the matrimony was wrong. It's just that, it was just hanging on a foundation that would not let it, manifest, to its fullest. And you'll be looking at how I survived trauma and depression. That is very key. There's so many. See, we're in a world that needs therapy. Like, especially in Africa, we go through a lot of trauma just being who we are, just trying to live, let alone being in a relationship that also adds more pressure to your ability to be. And if you can't be, you can't love. You can't give what you don't have, really. So I'll let you know how I was able to deal with all the trauma, the different kinds of trauma I experienced, especially maritally in the relationship, and with all that happened around me towards that. And I'll also talk about another episode, when to seek help, how to seek help that will make it work, because I didn't just opt out. I saw this entire marriage take a nosedive from year one. And I took 8 years trying to look at all the possibilities of making it work. So it took 8 years of my life and trying to see how better we can live. And so it's not it happened yesterday and today I walked. No, it happened from year one. And most people say, why didn't you just live in year one? But unfortunately, that is against everything that we claim should be done. You live too early, they'll say you don't have patience. You live too late, they'll say you were stupid. So I chose the route of actually trying. I wanted to dot my I's and cross my T's on doing everything humanly possible by me and by the inspiration that God gave me to do this. And here we are. So I want to be able to share that. Finding peace, that's another thing I want to share with you. I was able to find peace within myself. I was able to grow from anger, bitterness, resentment, nearly wringing the neck of my partner, to forgiveness, healing, forgiving myself and healing. I want to share that with you guys as well. Another thing is identifying and dealing with abuse and toxicity. Yes, people think abuse is only when somebody beats you. No, my partner did not raise a finger. But there's other kinds of abuse that it's unseen on the outside, but it's more damaging. See, the one that kills you the most is the one people can't see. Because how do you express it? Especially when you have, in my case, a partner that is very smooth, silk, calm, doesn't talk. I'm the fiery one. And it was hard to be able to run out there and scream for help when it already looks like you most likely are the problem. And the women, most of the time, they don't get, how will I put it?
women are always put in that position of go and fix it. It's your home. It's the woman that fix the home. A human heart is like a well. You must be able to take things in. I'm like, well, no. My own well wants to be filled with goodness and joy. Yes, marriage is bittersweet. But no, the bitter can be outshining the sweet. And I'm going to live in it. And I'll die in toxicity. No way. So I'm going to tell you how I was, what to do to identify it. So if you see anything that has similar traits, maybe it's time to start having a conversation with your partner. And if your partner, some people have behaviors that they don't even know where it came from. It's beyond them. That is where it would be nice for you and your partner to seek help. So it's not everything wrong that my partner did that I used to say, crucify him. A lot of things that my partner did was from a place of, I wanted to understand where it was coming from and how do we fix it? How do we change for the better? One thing that I normally do is when there's a situation between me and someone in any relationship, I look in first, like, where did I go wrong? It must be me. It must be me. It must be me. It must be me. But sometimes when you are very sure that it's not you, you want to see, maybe it's a reaction from what you do or a reaction or a trigger. You could actually be a trigger of your partner from something that has occurred to them in their life before, or they could just be a victim of their upbringing. You understand? And habits are built and personalities are formed. So how do you identify and how do you deal with it? And dealing with it doesn't mean that you can change the person particularly, but dealing with it from when something comes to you, you're the only one that owns the power to kind of fix it. And we'll be talking about after infidelity do's and don'ts. And this goes for the victim and the perpetrator. If you are the one who are in the shoes where you have offended your spouse, there are certain things I will tell you as someone that has been a victim of infidelity, that if you say it's a trigger, it doesn't help the person heal. And I've also done studies on this as well to be able to share. And the second thing is, as a victim, what not to do as well. Because see, you can be justified. It doesn't mean that you are wrong. You are right in every action you take in that perspective. So as much as I was justified for the fact that I was being wronged, there are certain actions that breeds a different you that you will not even like. And I was able to identify that and decide to rein in on those emotions or actions. So it's very important to be able to know that. And many, many more juicy information. We'll be talking about a lot. We'll be going from reacting to the wrong, which is what I was talking about, where you could be justified, but you just might be wrong in your approach. We need to talk about, dealing with the pain of infidelity. Then my resources. We need to talk about who I spoke to, the kind of people that gave me help. You understand, from the spiritual leaders to the specialists that I saw, because I didn't get help all by myself. Yes, I went to seek help, but you also need to be careful where you're getting help from. Go to a place where it's unbiased. Go to a place whereby it's not just somebody that just wants to side your opinion. Go to a place whereby the love you have for that person can be seen, and they can use that to give you clarity. Not really advice, because most of the time advising somebody is almost like trying to inflict your own perspective onto people. Yes, advice can be good if it works for you, but if it doesn't work for you, it doesn't make the person bad advisor or good advisor. You just have to gain clarity, and that is what the professionals do a lot. They put you in a position of clarity. So it's a whole lot this season, and I'm really looking forward to it. And this is just an introduction to my podcast for this season. And happy listening. Subscribe, share, and get a lot of people to listen. There's a lot of wisdom that I'll be sharing from experiences that I've had. And it's not because I'm perfect. It's just because I'm aspiring to be a better human being. Don't forget, we need to suffocate evil so that it doesn't thrive. Evil and good are part of our world, but we can be intentional about how we live with one another to make a better society and a better world the way God wants it. God bless you all. Mwah. See ya.